Brace yourself. Everything you thought you knew is about to crumble. Love has been lying to you, and you believed every word. This isn't just another Venus transit. Around March 28th, when Venus enters Pisces, the emotional mask is coming off, and the truth is going to hit hard. But here's the thing. Even though it hasn't officially hit yet, we're already starting to feel it. This energy is so powerful, so undeniable. It's going to affect you whether you believe in this or not. The fantasy fog is lifting. Some will wake up to deep, soul-shaking clarity. Others will fight it, deny it, run from it. But no one is getting through this unchanged. And there's something incredibly specific about you that is poised to shift during this time. Something so noticeable, so palpable, that it will ripple outwards, influencing how others perceive and react to you. Intrigued? I certainly hope so, because this shift, my friends, is about to subtly, yet powerfully, alter the dynamics of your interactions, your connections, and even the opportunities that flow your way. And the most fascinating part? You might be the last one to fully realize it's happening. Stick with me, beautiful souls, because we're going to unravel this incredible shift together. We'll explore exactly what this means for you, how to navigate these energies with grace and awareness, and how to harness this potent time for your own personal growth and transformation. But first, let's dare to expose a spiritual myth, a deeply ingrained belief about soulmates that, yes, might just sting a little. But sometimes it's in the gentle sting of truth that we find the greatest liberation. Are you ready to question what you've been told, to perhaps redefine what you believe about those profound connections we call soulmates? We've been lovingly, and perhaps sometimes misleadingly, fed this idea that a soulmate is this singular, perfect individual, divinely destined to complete us, to walk beside us for all of eternity. A beautiful notion, isn't it? Almost like a fairy tale whispered by the cosmos. But what if, just what if, that picture isn't entirely complete? What if the very definition of a soulmate needs a little expansion? What if soulmates aren't necessarily meant to be our forever companions in the traditional sense? What if their true, profound purpose is far more dynamic, far more transformative? What if they are, in essence, spiritual catalysts sent into our lives not to provide unending bliss, but to shake us awake, to nudge us onto our truest paths, to reflect back to us parts of ourselves we might have forgotten or disowned? Over these coming weeks, as Venus dances through Pisces, many of you are going to experience a subtle, yet seismic, spiritual shift in your closest connections. That person you envisioned as your forever soulmate? You might start to notice hairline fractures in the once perfect illusion. Perhaps those little quirks you once adored now feel different. Perhaps a gentle distance begins to emerge, not out of malice, but out of a quiet, cosmic realignment. And on the flip side, prepare for a delightful surprise. Someone you might have dismissed, someone you perhaps overlooked, or even consciously set aside long ago, might suddenly feel magnetically important. A forgotten friendship might reignite with unexpected intensity. An acquaintance might suddenly reveal hidden depths you never perceived before. Venus in Pisces works in mysterious and often delightful ways, doesn't it? This Venus retrograde in Pisces, beautiful souls, isn't about some fairy tale quest to find the one and live happily ever after in a predictable romance novel. Oh no, it's far more profound than that. It's about embarking on an inner journey, a quest to reclaim the parts of yourself you might have unconsciously given away, perhaps even sacrificed, in the name of love. in the pursuit of connection, in the longing for belonging. And the moment you truly grasp this, the moment you understand that you are the love you've been seeking, the moment you begin to gather those scattered pieces of yourself back into wholeness, everything, and I mean everything, begins to transform. Your relationships, your self-perception, your very experience of life, it all takes on a new, vibrant hue. But here's the twist, the cosmic curveball, if you will. This Venus in Pisces energy isn't just about unveiling truth and sparking awakenings. Oh no, the universe is never that simple, is it? It's also about testing you. And brace yourselves, my friends, because most people, sadly, are going to unknowingly stumble and perhaps even fail this subtle yet significant cosmic exam. Now, don't misunderstand me. The universe isn't testing you to break you, to punish you, or to revel in your missteps. Absolutely not. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and loving guidance, tests you to illuminate, to show you with crystal clarity what you still deeply believe, what patterns might still be lingering beneath the surface, what old stories you might still be unconsciously scripting into your reality. Even though Venus hasn't officially entered Pisces just yet, we're already beginning to feel the subtle tremors of this energetic shift. Have you noticed it? A strange pull, a deep stirring within the chambers of your heart. It's subtle, yes, almost like a whisper in the wind, but it's undeniably there, like something fundamental is shifting, recalibrating, right beneath the surface of love itself. Venus retrograde moving into Pisces isn't just another astrological event to casually observe. It's a spiritual exam, my friends. The universe is watching, yes, but not with judgment, not with condemnation. It's watching with profound interest, with loving curiosity, to see if you've truly learned the lessons of your journey so far, to see if you're ready to step into a new level of awareness, a deeper understanding of love, connection, and yourself. Old patterns might start to resurface. That familiar temptation to believe in the idealized version of someone, even when your intuition whispers a different story. The lines between genuine love and shimmering illusion are about to become thinner, more permeable than ever before. And some, caught in the allure of the fantasy, will willingly, perhaps even eagerly, choose to ignore the truth that's gently yet persistently knocking at the door of their awareness. And this, my friends, is where the test truly begins. Will you, consciously or unconsciously, allow yourself to be pulled back into the familiar, perhaps comfortable, yet ultimately limiting cycle of mistaking longing for true, authentic love? Or will you, with courage and clarity, finally see things as they truly are, stripping away the layers of wishful thinking and embracing a more grounded, more truthful perspective? Because this isn't just about romance, you see. Oh no, it's so much bigger than that. This is about spiritual maturity. This is about how you navigate beauty, attraction, desire, and connection in all areas of your life. This is about stepping into a more empowered, more discerning, more awake version of yourself. When the universe, in its infinite wisdom, gently hands you both a breathtaking dream and a subtle yet vital warning at the very same time, what will you choose? Some, sadly, will falter. They'll chase after something that isn't truly real, get lost in the labyrinth of longing, fall headfirst into the shimmering mirage of illusion. But others will rise to the occasion. Others will pass this cosmic exam with flying colors, with newfound clarity illuminating their path forward. They'll step out of the fog of illusion, perhaps forever, blinking in the bright light of a more authentic more truthful reality. And that, my friends, is when something even deeper, something truly magnificent, begins to unfold. Because once the illusions crumble, once the carefully constructed fantasies dissolve, something else, something far more substantial, far more real, takes their place. And suddenly, it's not just about love anymore. It's about something far more expansive, far more profound. When the real world feels overwhelming, when the intensity of life becomes a little too much to bear, the soul, in its innate wisdom, often craves an exit, a moment of respite, a gentle retreat. And right now, with Venus in Pisces, the energetic current in the air is subtly, yet powerfully, pulling people into a strange, almost irresistible kind of retreat. But this isn't just about needing a little alone time, a quiet evening in, or a weekend getaway to recharge your batteries. Oh no, this is something deeper, something more primal. This is about a fundamental desire to disappear, to momentarily detach from the intensity of the external world and perhaps, just perhaps, lose oneself in the gentler currents of the inner realm. And this desire to retreat manifests in myriad ways, doesn't it? Some will find themselves drawn to the comforting embrace of nostalgia, replaying old memories like cherished films, as if somehow, by revisiting the past, they can subtly rewrite it, alter its course, or perhaps simply find solace in its familiarity. Others will lose themselves in distractions, seeking refuge in the endless scroll of social media, the captivating allure of binge-watching shows, or the fleeting dopamine rush of instant gratification, chasing a temporary escape wherever they can find it. And for some, and this is a gentle word of caution, the pull towards emotional numbness, towards a kind of detached apathy, might become dangerously strong. So, my beautiful viewers, please watch yourselves. Be mindful of your impulses during this time. If you suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to ghost everyone in your life, to drop responsibilities like hot potatoes, or to escape into a version of reality that isn't quite real, that feels more like a dream than waking life, that, my friends, is the Pisces effect, gently yet powerfully at play. This energy has a way of making everything feel a little blurry, a little too soft, a little unreal. It can make you want to simply float away, to drift into a sea of forgetfulness, to momentarily erase the edges of your reality. But here, nestled within this potential for escapism, lies a profound secret, a hidden opportunity. Escaping, in and of itself, isn't always a negative thing. In fact, if you consciously channel this Piscean energy, if you intentionally direct its flow, this can become one of the most creatively potent, inspiration-rich periods of your entire life. This is the energy of the poet, the artist, the dreamer, the mystic. This is the realm where inspiration floods in from the unseen dimensions, where whispers of the muse become crystal clear melodies in the soul. So if you feel that gentle yet insistent pull to retreat, to withdraw from the external world, don't just disappear into a fog of numbness or distraction. Oh no, beautiful souls, turn it into something magnificent. Write down your dreams, paint the landscapes of your inner world, compose the music of your soul, create something tangible, something beautiful, something that reflects the depths of your emotions. Meditate, journey inwards, explore the landscapes of your subconscious mind. Let your mind gently drift, yes, but not into nothingness, not into emptiness, but into meaning, into profound insight, into the wellspring of your own creative potential. Because if you're not mindful, if you're not intentional, this transit can indeed pull you under. can sweep you away into currents of overwhelm and escapism. But if you consciously choose to harness its power, if you learn to navigate its flow with awareness and intention, it can elevate you, lift you up, transform you into something even greater, something more aligned with your soul's deepest yearnings. Not all heartbreaks, you see, are tragedies. Some, in their own mysterious way, are liberations in disguise. And right now, during this Venus in Pisces transit, something in your love life, in your closest connections, might be gently unraveling. And if it feels like your heart is breaking, if there's a pang of sadness, a whisper of loss, it's because, in a sense, it is. But that, my friends, is precisely the point. Venus retrograde in Pisces isn't here to destroy love, to dismantle connection, or to leave us adrift in a sea of loneliness. Oh no, its purpose is far more refined, far more liberating. It's here to gently, yet powerfully, destroy illusion. It's dissolving the false stories you've perhaps unknowingly told yourself about relationships, about soulmates, about what you thought love was supposed to be, about the expectations you've carried, perhaps for lifetimes. It's gently dismantling the structures built on fantasy and projection, making way for something more authentic, more real, more soul-aligned to emerge. And that's why, for some people, this transit might initially feel like loss, like a painful letting go. A relationship that once felt untouchable, rock solid, might suddenly feel shaky, uncertain. A person you swore was the one, your destined partner, might start to feel distant, emotionally unavailable, or perhaps simply different. Or perhaps, on the surface, nothing overtly dramatic is happening. Yet deep within, in the quiet chambers of your heart, there's this aching, gnawing feeling, this subtle, persistent knowing that something is shifting, recalibrating, transforming beneath the surface of your everyday reality. And here's a truth, a profound insight that you might not yet be entirely ready to hear, to fully embrace. But trust me, beautiful souls, it's a truth that holds immense power, immense liberation. If something is gently, or perhaps not so gently, ending in your life right now, especially within the realm of love and connection, it's because at its core, it was never truly aligned with your highest path, with your most authentic self, with your soul's deepest desires. It might have been built on illusion, on projection, on fantasy, on wishful thinking. And Venus in Pisces, in her infinite wisdom and loving clarity, simply doesn't allow illusions to survive in the long run. But please, please don't mistake this for punishment, for cosmic retribution, or for some cruel twist of fate. Oh no, this is sacred destruction, the kind of dismantling that is absolutely essential to make room, to create fertile ground for something infinitely better, something more aligned, more joyful, more fulfilling, to blossom and take root in your life. Because some of you, bless your hearts, are going to hold on tight. You'll try to patch things up, to mend what feels broken, to convince yourselves that it's just a phase, that love is meant to be fought for, that you simply need to try harder, cling tighter, resist the natural flow of change. But deep down, in the quiet wisdom of your soul, you already know the subtle yet profound difference between genuinely fighting for love and simply clinging, perhaps desperately, to a sinking ship. If something or someone is gently or not so gently slipping away from you right now, during this Venus in Pisces transit, let it go. Release your grip, surrender to the flow, trust in the unfolding. Because on the other side of this perceived heartbreak, on the far shore of this moment of letting go, there is freedom. The kind of soul-deep freedom that sets your spirit back on its truest path, that realigns you with your most authentic destiny. But the real danger, the true pitfall to watch out for during this time, isn't in letting go. Oh no, it's in stubbornly, perhaps fearfully, holding on to something that was never truly real, never truly meant to be in the first place. Sometimes, you see, we don't actually miss the person themselves. What we truly ache for, what we genuinely long for, is who we were when we were with them. We miss a past version of ourselves, a time in our lives, a feeling, an illusion of connection that no longer exists in the present moment. Something subtly yet profoundly strange is about to happen, my friends. Over these next few days, you might find yourself experiencing a resurgence of feelings, a sudden wave of nostalgia, perhaps even the sensation of falling for someone all over again. An old flame might flicker back to life in your memory. A forgotten connection might suddenly feel magnetic. But before you reach for your phone, before you impulsively send that message, before you allow yourself to be swept away by the tide of resurfacing emotions, please pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself one profoundly important question. Am I truly in love with them, with the person they are in this present moment? Or am I, perhaps unknowingly, in love with the memory of them? Venus in Pisces is like emotional time travel. It has this incredible, almost magical ability to blur the lines between past and present, making the echoes of nostalgia feel just as vivid, just as tangible, just as real as the current moment unfolding before you. Old feelings might resurface with surprising intensity. An ex's name, a forgotten face, a connection you haven't consciously thought about in years might suddenly pop into your mind, seemingly out of nowhere. And out of the blue, your heart might ache, might yearn, might whisper a longing as if it were yesterday, as if no time had passed at all. It might feel like a sign, a cosmic nudge, a destined reunion orchestrated by the universe itself. But is it? Or is it simply your mind, your heart, your emotions craving a love that no longer truly exists, a connection that was perhaps only ever meant to exist in a specific moment in time? Because here's what no one often tells you, the subtle truth that often gets lost in the romanticized narratives of love and destiny. Sometimes the person you're missing, the individual you're idealizing in your memory, isn't even real anymore. They've changed. You've changed. Life has flowed, time has passed, and the landscape of your inner and outer worlds has inevitably shifted. Maybe what you shared, what you experienced together was only ever meant to exist within that specific, precious moment in time. But nostalgia, oh nostalgia, is a seductive siren, isn't it? It has a way of making you romanticize what was, of glorifying the past, of painting a picture of perfection that often conveniently ignores what is. It can easily lead you down a path of chasing ghosts, of pursuing shadows, of yearning for a reality that no longer aligns with your present truth. And for some people, sadly, this is where the cycle begins again. The late-night texting, the longing glances, the emotional déjà vu, the rekindling of something that was perhaps best left in the archives of memory. But for others, for those who are ready to truly awaken, to step into a more conscious and discerning approach to love, this is where the cycle finally, gracefully ends. Because not every love story needs a sequel, beautiful souls. Some love stories are perfect, complete, and profoundly meaningful precisely because they existed for a season, for a chapter, for a specific purpose in your journey. They existed to show you who you were, to guide you towards who you are becoming, and to illuminate the path you are now meant to walk, perhaps without them by your side, in the way you once imagined. So, before you allow yourself to get lost in the labyrinth of the past, before you chase after a ghost of a memory, ask yourself with profound honesty, is this truly love calling me back? Or is this just a memory, a nostalgic echo that simply doesn't know how to gracefully, peacefully let go? There's a poignant, almost paradoxical truth I must share with you now. A truth that might resonate deeply, or perhaps sting a little, but is essential to understand during this Venus in Pisces transit. Not everyone who appears to be drowning in emotional depths, not everyone who seems to be struggling in the currents of life, actually wants to be saved. Some, in their own complex and often unconscious way, simply want company in the deep. Something profound, something almost instinctual, is about to subtly switch on within you. A feeling, an inner knowing, this overwhelming, almost irresistible urge to save someone. Maybe it's an ex who's navigating a turbulent time, a friend who consistently chooses relationships that bring them pain, a stranger whose suffering you can sense, almost palpably, before they even utter a word. Suddenly, their pain, their struggle, their perceived brokenness feels like your responsibility. And that, my friends, is the savior trap. Piscean energy, in its boundless compassion and empathy, has a way of blurring boundaries, of dissolving the lines between self and other. It makes compassion so intense, so all-encompassing, that it can subtly morph into consumption. You don't just care for them, you begin to unconsciously absorb their pain, their burdens, their struggles as if they were your own. And before you even realize what's happening, you're no longer just offering a helping hand, you're not just providing support and empathy, you're subtly, unconsciously drowning with them. Be incredibly careful, beautiful souls. Navigate this Piscean current with awareness and discernment. Not all love, you see, is inherently healing. This Venus in Pisces transit is a time where people are particularly prone to mistaking codependency for genuine connection. They fall, often unknowingly, into the role of the savior, believing they are helping, believing they are acting out of love, but in reality, they're being pulled into someone else's storm, someone else's unresolved patterns, someone else's emotional depths. And here's perhaps the hardest part to swallow, the most challenging truth to integrate. Some of you will rationalize this savior impulse as fate. You'll convince yourselves that this person was sent to you for a reason, that you are the only one who can truly understand them, truly heal them, truly save them from themselves. That if you just give them enough love, enough support, enough of yourself, they'll finally see the light. They'll finally transform into the person you believe they are capable of becoming. But Pisces' biggest, most seductive illusion is precisely this: the idea that love alone, no matter how pure, no matter how intense, can magically fix someone who is fundamentally unwilling to heal themselves. It simply can't. Because if someone, deep down, doesn't truly want to heal, doesn't genuinely desire to change, doesn't actively choose to participate in their own transformation, they won't. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much of yourself you pour into them, no matter how fiercely you believe in their potential. Some people, sadly, don't actually want to be saved. They just, perhaps unconsciously, don't want to suffer alone. Learn to love with an open heart, yes, with boundless compassion and empathy, absolutely. But learn to love without losing yourself in the process. Because the individuals who truly belong in your life, the connections that are genuinely aligned with your soul's highest path. They won't need you to bleed for them, to sacrifice yourself, to drown alongside them in their unresolved struggles. And if you ignore this vital lesson now, if you don't learn to set healthy boundaries, to step back when needed, to honor your own energetic well-being, Venus in Pisces will, in her own way, teach you this lesson in a way that might unfortunately feel a little painful. Energy, my friends, doesn't lie. It speaks volumes even before a single word is uttered. People feel you, sense you, perceive you on an energetic level, long before you even open your mouth. Remember when I mentioned earlier that something about you is changing, something so obvious to those around you that you might not even consciously notice it happening yourself? This is it. Venus, in the realm of astrology, rules your magnetic field. The way people perceive you, the subtle energy they feel radiating from you, their initial reactions to you, their unconscious judgments, all of this is profoundly influenced by your Venusian energy field. And as Venus gracefully moves into Pisces, your energy doesn't just subtly shift, it undergoes a kind of metamorphosis. It becomes more fluid, more absorbent, more expansive, more magnetic. People might start staring at you a little longer, noticing subtle nuances, perceiving depths in you that they perhaps didn't recognize before. Some might feel instantly drawn to you, as if you've suddenly become incredibly familiar, like they've known you in another lifetime, like there's an inexplicable magnetic pull connecting you. Others, conversely, might feel strangely intimidated, subtly repelled, almost as if you're unintentionally holding up a mirror that they weren't quite ready to look into, reflecting back to them aspects of themselves they might be unconsciously avoiding. And you, in your beautiful, grounded Taurus essence, might not even fully realize what's happening. Because this isn't about your physical appearance, your outward presentation, or your carefully curated image. Oh no, this is about your frequency, your energetic signature, the subtle vibration you emanate into the world, even before you utter a single word. And right now, that energy, amplified by the Piscean current, is loud. Pisces has this way of making you unintentionally seductive, of amplifying your essence, of drawing attention to your unique energetic signature. But here's the gentle yet vital warning. Your energy, in this Piscean amplification, is also becoming like a sponge. If you're not intentional with it, if you don't consciously protect it, if you don't set energetic boundaries, you might inadvertently start picking up everything: other people's emotions, their projections, their unresolved chaos, their unspoken anxieties. All of it can subtly begin to seep into your energetic field. So, beautiful souls, keep your energy field clean. Keep it grounded. Keep it consciously protected. Don't allow the wrong people, the draining influences, the chaotic energies to shape, to pollute, to diminish your radiant field. Because the way people react to you now, the responses you receive, the connections you attract, it's not ultimately about them. It's a profound, often unspoken, reflection of what you are radiating outwards into the world. If you keep searching for love, for validation, for completion outside of yourself, in external sources, in fleeting connections, in the reflections of others, you will, unfortunately, never truly find it. This entire Venus retrograde in Pisces transit, in its profound and sometimes challenging wisdom, is like an illusion-clearing mirror. It's stripping away the false narratives of love, peeling back the layers of longing, of projection, of romanticized pain, of idealized fantasies. It's gently, yet firmly, forcing you to finally turn inwards, to look at the one person you've perhaps been subtly or not so subtly, avoiding the most, yourself. Because here's the most profound, most liberating, most empowering truth of all. The love you've been searching for, the love you believe will finally complete you, the love you swear is out there waiting, patiently, to be discovered. It was always and will always be you. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most people, sadly, don't actually want to hear this truth. Most people are, on some level, terrified of their own reflection, of truly confronting the depths of their own being, of embracing their inherent wholeness. That's why they chase, why they pour themselves into relationships that can't truly reciprocate, why they settle for almost and maybe instead of demanding certainty, authenticity, and genuine reciprocity. Because it's often easier, isn't it, to endlessly search, to perpetually seek external validation, to constantly chase after fleeting connections, than it is to simply sit in the stillness of your own presence, to gently turn inwards and to ask yourself that one profoundly transformative question: what if I was always enough? That, beautiful souls, is what Venus in Pisces is ultimately here to illuminate. The illusion of love, the stories you've told yourself, the ways you've perhaps unconsciously mistaken longing for destiny, projection for connection, fantasy for reality. It's taking everything you thought you knew about relationships, about soulmates, about love itself, and gently yet powerfully turning it inside out. This is the portal, my friends. This is the moment of profound choice, the crossroads in your journey. This is where you either consciously or unconsciously cling to the fading illusion, desperately grasping at the shadows of what once was, or you courageously, wholeheartedly step into the radiant light of truth, embracing the wholeness and inherent love that already resides within you. And if you choose truth, if you choose yourself, if you choose to finally recognize and embrace the love that you are of Fusco, that, my friends, is when real, authentic, soul-aligned love finds you effortlessly, joyfully, and in perfect timing. If you're still with me, if you've journeyed this far into the depths of this Venus in Pisces exploration, I want to express my deepest gratitude for your precious attention, for your open hearts, for your willingness to explore these profound truths with me. If this content resonated deeply within your soul, if these words sparked a flicker of recognition or a moment of awakening, please consider showing your support for the Inner Secrets family by clicking that subscribe button. Your engagement, your presence, your beautiful energy truly means the world to me. And if you feel called to, please share your own experiences, your insights, your reflections in the comments below. Let's create a space of open-hearted sharing and collective wisdom, shall we? Until our paths cross again, beautiful souls, take exquisite care of yourselves, nurture your inner light, honor your truth, and remember always that the greatest love story you will ever experience is the one you are writing with yourself. Subscribe to the Inner Secrets for even more empowering guidance, for more cosmic insights, and for more opportunities to journey deeper into the mysteries of your own magnificent soul. The universe is ready, beautiful souls, and I have a profound, unwavering feeling that you are too.